And we welcome you to Beckley tonight. It is girls high school basketball. Video production presents the Region 3 Section 2 battle between Princeton and Beckley. Along with Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry. And Eric, we are down to one game. This is for the winner. They will advance to the sectional championship game Friday. And for the loser, their season is over. So for the loser, Eric, they don't even get to experience March Madness. They don't get to even get out of February.
Yeah, their season would definitely end in February. It's starting to get nervous time for both of these teams because all the games matter, but all the chips are on the table tonight here in Beckley.
For Beckley, they've been playing their best basketball. They've won 6 of their last 7 as they come into this game. The one thing that both of these two teams have in common, Eric, they each lost to Pikeview coming down the stretch.
Yeah, and Beckley went on the road and lost a tough one to Pikeview in overtime. But that game can only build character as they were on the road, and it gave Coach Neighbors probably some ammunition to use in practice.
Well, this will be the rubber match. These two teams split their regular season meetings. The first game was played back on January the 27th in Princeton. Princeton won that game 52-48. And Eric, here in this building on February 3rd, you and I had the pleasure of broadcasting Beckley's convincing win 50-34. And I went back and I looked at that latest game, and Beckley led from wire to wire from the opening tip to the final horn.
Yeah, I had a chance to go over my notes as well. That was exactly 20 days ago that they played, and that was also the game that I think that really got the Woodrow, the Beckley offense going. They were really in sync that night offensively.
And that's what I told Coach Brian Neighbors of all the games. And, of course, the win streak started against Greenbrier East, and that was the second game when Beckley had won 6 in a row. But I thought that night the offense really came together, and I think the offense is playing really much better since that night.
Yeah, that night they really it was the play of Olivia Zilkowski that I really liked that night because she really seemed to play with a calm, and the offensive seemed to run through her through the high post.
The crowd continues to file in as they know what a big game this is. It's an elimination game. It's a Region 3 Section 2. On the other part of this section, Eric, it'll be Oak Hill at Greenbrier East, and then in the other half of the section in the region, it will be Capital against South Charleston, and Riverside is at George Washington.
Yeah, I mean, this is a region in Region 3 that is stacked with a lot of potential state tournament teams with a lot of state tournament pedigree as well.
We'll go ahead and take our first break, come back and get you ready for this girls 4A Region 3 Section 2 game between Beckley and Princeton as you're watching it live streaming on Video Productions.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
This one's for every sports fan who just spent the entire game explaining to someone the entire game. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
If you're looking to sell your vehicle, Auto Buyers of West Virginia is your solution. We buy all cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs and have a simple and safe way to sell your vehicle. We'll give you a free appraisal on your vehicle and make you an offer to buy it on the spot. Whether you're still making payments or have a clear title, we'll turn your car into cash today at Auto Buyers of West Virginia. So come see us at Cranberry Creek Shopping Center off Eisenhower Drive in Beckley. Auto Buyers of West Virginia, the simple, safe, and secure way to sell your vehicle.
Welcome back to Beckley. as Princeton and Beckley both have made their way out onto the floor here, and we're going to have the national anthem and the player introduction. And this is Region 3, Section 2. Beckley is the 2 seed. Princeton is the 3 seed. Beckley will be wearing the home white uniforms trimmed in maroon. Princeton wearing the black uniforms trimmed in royal blue and white. So we're going to go ahead and take a break and come back and get you ready for Region 3, Section 2, Class 4A game, streaming live here on Video Productions.
General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way,
tell them Hug sent you.
That's right. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
Hey, my name is Joseph, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A nuggets is they're so good every single time. You bite into that nugget, and it's just so crispy, but somehow juicy, that perfect balance. And then if you just grab a couple sauces, you're going to be in heaven.
Hey, I'm Chambray, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A's mac and cheese is how rich and cheesy it is. I just scoop the crispy top, and it's so good. It's so homey. It's like, wow, thank you. I needed that.
At Pioneer Community Bank, your banking needs are our priority. Looking to buy a home, a vehicle, or just need a personal loan for that special project? Our loan professionals are here for you. We also offer all business banking products, which allows us to serve all your financial needs. Set up your online banking at pioneercommunitybank.com and download the mobile app for your convenience and ask about our personal and business products today. Pioneer Community Bank, investing in Southern West Virginia since 1931. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back in Beckley is Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas, 4A Class 4A, Region 3, Section 2. Eric, it's time for the Beckley Automall Keys to the First Half. Keys to the First Half brought to you by Beckley Automall. So your take for both teams.
I think for both teams, whoever handles the nerves the first will probably come out victorious because there's a lot of pressure on this game, and who can ever handle that and just settle down and play basketball will win.
For Princeton, this is how they will go. It'll be Kylie Connor, Madison Soul, Lauren Parrish, Caitlin Davis, and Sadie Bogus will be the starting 5 for Matt Smith's Princeton Tigers. Princeton did beat Beckley in the first game played between the two teams at Princeton back on January 27th. Princeton won that game 52-48. Beckley won the rematch, a game that Eric told you just 20 days ago. Beckley won that game by the score of 50-34. Beckley playing its best basketball. They have winners of 6 of their last 7. And as I mentioned, both of these teams did drop a decision to Pikeview coming down the stretch. For Beckley, they'll have Olivia Zolkowski, Letitia Creasy, Josie Cross, Abby Dillon, and Adriana Law. And Eric, I'm excited. I know this is not professional sports, but they always say the 2 best words in all of sports is Game 7. And this is, I guess, our Game 7 equivalent to it because it's one and done. For the winner, they advance. For the loser, they're done.
Yeah, which makes this all the more pressure, once you get to this point in the year where all your hard work, Maris, comes down to one game.
And, I think if you're a senior, you think, wow, you just don't want to let it in, especially I'm sure obviously Princeton seniors feel the same way, but Beckley, for Olivia Zolkowski and for Adriana Law, they don't want this to be their last game. They don't want to go out this way, losing at home, and they try to make a run. Of course, Beckley had that great run to the state tournament 2 years ago in 2020. They made it to the semifinals. The state tournament got shut down because of COVID, and they did make it to the first round of the state tournament a year ago.
Yeah, and the thing that Coach Neighbors is trying to build, and he is building with this program, is they expect to get to the state tournament every year, and this would be the first step in doing that, but with the win over Princeton.
So Princeton will start 2 seniors as well as Beckley will start 2 seniors, as Olivia Zolkowski will be in the center circle, and she will jump against Madison Stull. And this Class 4A Region 3 Section 2 game is underway, and the tip is controlled by the Lady Flying Eagles. Beckley going to the basket to my right, and Eric right away. Princeton's going to come out. They're going to go man-to-man. Beckley trying to get a ball screen as Creasy will drive down the lane. Zolkowski with the drive to the basket. They cut her off, and Beckley will reset their offense.
Yeah, you can already see that Princeton has changed it up. They're going to fight through all those high ball screens and try to extend the Beckley offense.
So here's Creasy. She's on the drive. She gets tripped, and they say it's traveling, and it'll be a turnover. So on Beckley's first possession, 30 seconds into the game, the Lady Flying Eagles will turn it over.
Yeah, and that was great half-court defense by Princeton. You can tell the Lady Tigers have come to play.
Here's Kylie Connor. She's under heavy pressure by Dillon, and she gets the ball into the front court. Davis has it now way out high. Beckley also starting out, Eric, man-to-man. We've seen Beckley play zone in the last 6 or 7 games of the regular season.
Yeah, it looks like they're just trying to turn it around, try to get the tempo up in their favor maybe.
Every possession big. This is a one-and-done game. Here's a drive on the right baseline, a little scoop shot. It's no good, put up by Davis, and Zolkowski with the rebound. A little more than a minute into the game. Lal on the dribble. She's really picked up her game since coming back off of injury.
And one thing I see that Beckley's doing different, they're having Abby play off the ball a little bit.
Speaking of Abby Dillon, she has the ball now, perhaps waiting on a ball screen. Around the horn they go. They get the ball down low. Great ball movement. Zolkowski off the window. Can't get it to go. She had a good look. It was a well-ran play, Eric, and Zolkowski with the soft touch just couldn't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but you have to be pleased if you're Coach Neighbors with the the format. With Zolkowski, those will fall more times than not for her.
Yeah, it was a well-executed play, and on the rebound, the ball is knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Beckley. So Adriana Law to put it in play on her own basket. Ball comes out to Creasy. Now Cross with it, nothing there.
As you can see, both teams seem a little tight, offensively.
Right. I was thinking the same thing, Eric, as you said that. Here's Creasy. They give her the 3, and that shot's not even close. She drew nothing but glass, and she had a wide-open look, and I think that's 100% right, Eric. Both teams do look really tight here in the first almost 2 minutes into the game.
Yeah, you just need to get something to feel good about yourself, and both teams are super tight.
And here's Princeton. Beckley almost turned him over. Nice drive to the basket. The shot hits up underneath the hoop, and they battle for the loose ball. Possession error will keep it with Princeton.
The refs are going to let them play tonight, which I've always been for that.
We like that. Obviously, you want to let the players decide it. So here's Princeton trying to crack the scoreboard first. That 3 is not close. I could tell when it left her hand, the hand of Davis, that was not going to be close as Adriana Law clears the rebound. So we're over 2 minutes into the game. Neither team has scored, and as Eric you were so right, both teams look really tense to start this game.
It's a real battle. Look for the refs to call a foul soon. Either down low, Olivia Zikowski and the Princeton defender, Lauren Parrish, they're really battling for position.
And, because they're a little tense, I think something to the basket rather than settle for an outside shot. As Princeton's doing a good job keeping Beckley out past the arc. And here's Dillon on the drive. They cut her off. Here's a 3-ball by Laws. Got it! Adriana Law able to spot up and drain the 3. And that's the first point of the game. And, Eric, our first basket comes almost 5 minutes into the first quarter.
Yeah, but Adriana, that's a good sign for you if you're Beckley. She shot that one. Nice release and shot it with confidence.
So here's Princeton on the attack. Connor has it. Now Connor gets the ball over to Davis. Davis around the screen. Connor open for 3 on the right side. Too strong. Long rebound. They battle for it, and Adriana Law comes out of there with it.
Princeton starting super tight. They're 0 for 4 from the field on 2 long threes and 2 layups they've missed.
Adriana Law thought about the 3. They cut her off as she tried to make a move to the basket. She comes around a pick, gets into the lane, loses the ball. That wasn't a very good possession for Beckley, and back the other way comes Princeton. They get the ball down low, right of the lane, a follow away. Davis Draws nothing but air, and there's Josie Cross to clean the glass. Yeah. Beckley will now walk it up.
Josie Cross, once again, that all-Windex team right there. If there's a rebound to be had, she's going to get it.
I had a nice conversation with Josie's mom and dad, and want to give a shout-out to Josie's aunt, Alice Caldwell in Jacksonville, watching the game here on video production tonight. Ball goes down low. Here's a left-handed shot by Zukowski, and she'll draw the foul and shoot two.
Good possession by Zukowski as she turns, away with her strong shoulder and shoots it with the left hand to draw the foul.
So, Eric, we got viewers everywhere. We appreciate the Cross family. Like I said, Alice Caldwell, the aunt of Josie Cross in Jacksonville, watching the game tonight here on video production. As we saw that on the Chick-fil-A instant replay. Zukowski for 2 shots. First one is no good.
Well, even Olivia shot that free throw a little tight.
Maddie Belcher will check into the Beckley lineup. Adriana Law will have a seat. Belcher's of late been able to really knock down the shot from distance. Zukowski will now shoot the second of 2. Free throw on its way. Looks good and is. So Zukowski makes 1 of 2. And through halfway of this first quarter, Eric, Princeton yet to score.
Yeah, both teams are playing solid defense as Coach Neighbors has gone to his bench.
And Souther's also into the game for Princeton. Here's Princeton trying to get a back door up under the basket. Shots rejected by Zukowski. Great defensive play by Olivia Zukowski. Held ball, and it'll be Beckley's possession.
Yeah, Zukowski, that's 2 blocks on the evening for Beckley defense as they're controlling the paint right now.
We watch it on the Little General instant replay. And, Eric, I say all the time, when you get into big games like this where it's one and done, your best players have to be your best players. And so far as Zukowski, being the senior, she's the leader of this team, doesn't want her season to end. Here's the pass, cross, and she misses the bunny. She had an open look. She just mad at herself. She knows she makes that 9 out of 10 times, and that's the one time she didn't make it as Cross deflects the ball out of bounds.
What I like about Cross, though, you see she showed a little bit of frustration, but she got back on defense and got the deflection. She'll be ready to play. And that's one thing. You have to have a short-term memory in games like this for sure.
You got to play through anything that doesn't go your way in this game. Here's a 10-footer right of the lane is good. That shot by Southers, and now Princeton's on the board.
And that was a good-looking drive and dish right there for Princeton.
So here's Beckley on the attack. And so far through the first part of this first quarter, actually we're down under 3 minutes left in it, Eric. The offense has really been tough to come by.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's the tightness or the good defense right now.
Or perhaps, yes, a little bit of both. But the one thing I noticed here in this first quarter, Eric, Princeton is making Beckley start their offense much further out than what they normally like to do.
And by design, they're really trying to get the ball out of Abby Dillon's, the playmaker's hands.
Zukowski, nice, a beautiful spin move and a finish right of the lane. Olivia Zukowski with the bucket.
That was a beautiful spin
That was
move.
A nice move. I wonder if she learned that in dance class.
A pirouette, right?
Something like, I don't even know what that means.
I got a little bit of dancing in my house.
I know. Here's a 3-ball. Good. And Southers off the bench has got all 5 points for Princeton. Here's Abby Dillon with the 3 trying to answer. In and out, no good. That ball was halfway down. The rebound is run down by Parrish. Princeton on the move with an opportunity to take their first lead of the game. Connor with it. Around the horn they go. Southers with the hot hand for 3. A little too strong. Offensive rebound for Princeton. The put up is good and a foul. Lauren Parrish able to hit the offensive glass, put the put back, and Princeton has their first lead of the night in the foul zone. Olivia Zukowski.
Yeah, Zukowski will pick up her first foul as we watch here on a Little General instant replay. And most balls go on the weak side, and Beckley was just out of position right there, and Princeton has a chance for a 3-point play here.
So Beckley will bring in Samara Nelson, will check into the game. Maya Wooten will check in. Adriana Law back into the game. Maddie Belcher, Creasy, and Zukowski will have a seat for Beckley as Parrish will try to polish off a 3-point play. Free throw on its way. It danced all over the iron and goes in. So the 3-point play is successful the old-fashioned way, and now Princeton will apply full court pressure, and they hold Beckley as Beckley cannot get it in. The Flying Eagles turn it over.
Yeah, and I think Flying Eagles act like they were caught by surprise by that pressure, that extended pressure after the free throw make.
So right now Princeton on a mini 6-0 run Here's a drive to the basket, left of the lane. That shot is put up by Bain, is no good. And we have a Princeton foul. The foul will be on Autumn Bain.
Yeah, and Josie Cross with another defensive rebound, as she does so well. And that foul was on Autumn Bain. That would be her first, team second.
So here's Beckley with the possession. Nelson trying to set a screen for Dillon. Cross in the center of the lane. They cut her off. Dillon back over to Law.
Princeton's playing defense like the game depends on it.
Nice move by Adriana Law. Just the shot was too strong, but there's Nelson on the putback. Doesn't go, follows her own shot and scores. Somalia Nelson gets her first bucket, and Beckley's tied it up.
Way to stay with it on the glass by Somalia Nelson.
Yeah, very good athlete is Nelson. And as you mentioned, Eric, she missed the first one, stayed with it, and able for the putback. Here's Princeton. Around the horn they go. Here's a step back three on the left side. Back iron, no good, but there's an offensive rebound by Connor into the lane as that shot was missed by Bogus. And Princeton throws it away.
Yeah, and right now, other than Josie Cross, Beckley's not getting anybody on the glass except for her.
And, Eric, as you say that, they bring in Zukowski, but they bring in Zukowski for Cross, so they're not going to play them both right now at the same time. They obviously started the game and played together, but right now they sub big for big right here.
Yeah, and way the game is flowing right now. You would think whoever wins that defensive rebounding will win this game.
So we don't think Beckley will hold it for the final shot of the quarters. We're down to 30 seconds. Zukowski on the drive. They cut her off, and she turns it over with the travel.
And I think they bumped knees a little bit there.
So, Eric, 8-8 here in the first quarter with 26 seconds left in it. We know points are going to be hard to come by, and at the rate we're going, 40 points might actually win this game.
And that's what you call tournament time basketball. Defense and pressure, and whoever handles it the best will come out.
Here's Autumn Bain with it. Now Princeton, they throw it away. And I would think now, Eric, with 16 seconds left in the quarter, Beckley would hold it for the final shot.
Yeah, and if your Coach Neighbors right here, you can go in the second quarter on a little run, even with the lead and a little bit of momentum if you're able to score here.
So we'll go under 10 seconds for the quarter. Dillon on the move. Abby Dillon attacks the basket, and she'll draw the foul with 6 seconds left in the quarter. A nice drive left of the lane by Abby Dillon.
Yeah, I didn't see on the penetration who the foul was on.
We'll see it right here on the little general instant replay.
That would be the third team foul.
And I think that's Autumn Bain.
Well, if it's Autumn Bain, that will be her second foul.
And Dillon, who's a good free throw shooter, she makes the first one, and Beckley regains the lead. So here comes the back end of the two-shot opportunity for Abby Dillon with 6 seconds left in the quarter. And she makes them both. Princeton still has plenty of time to get the ball up the floor and get a good look. Beckley will extend the pressure, make Princeton work to get it up. Here comes Princeton, and the ball's turned over. Three-ball count if it goes, and it doesn't go. But at the end of the first quarter, your score is Beckley 10, Princeton 8. You're watching a Region 3, Section 2, Class 4A girls tournament game streaming live here on Video Productions.
National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment Champion Mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Motley's Plumbing and Heating of Beckley, West Virginia is now hiring journeyman or master plumbers. You must have a West Virginia plumbing license and a valid driver's license. All interested parties may apply at Motley's Plumbing and Heating at 101 First Street, Beckley, West Virginia. Or interested applicants can call 304-253-HELP. Once again, you may apply in person at Motley's Plumbing and Heating, 101 First Street, Beckley, West Virginia. Motley's Plumbing and Heating is an equal opportunity employer.
Unlock the money already in your home at City National Bank. Consolidate loans or fund your next big project with a home equity line of credit with a great low intro rate. Visit your local branch to get started. City National Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Learn more at homeequity.bankatcity.com.
We're ready to start the second quarter. Beckley with a 2-point lead, Eric, and boy, that first quarter, the defense, I think, really won the battle.
Yeah, both teams, as a team, Beckley shot 12 shots and Princeton shot 12.
Here's a drive to the basket. It's short. Hit the front of the rim by Davis, and the Flying Eagles coming out of there with it. Sarah Hopkins into the lineup for the first time tonight. And they'll have Hopkins, Wooten, Creasy with the ball now down the lane, puts up a floater. It's no good. And getting the rebound will be Stoll for Princeton.
So both teams had good dribble drives by their guards, just unable to, to get any points out of it.
And Eric, here's a steal by Zokowski. Defense becoming the offense. Zokowski over to Nelson. Nelson down low, misses the shot. Got her own rebound, puts it back up, can't get it to go. And we're going to have Zokowski over the back. And Eric, I think you would agree that was a blown opportunity. Beckley should have got a layup out of that.
And that's a big, big foul because that will be Olivia's second foul.
Right, and she's going to probably come out of the game. She will, as Cross will get into the game. But there you see, perhaps I think she should have shot the ball, Zokowski, rather than pass it. And I think, Eric, you and I, we've touched on this. We see that so much that teams just, I think, pass it too much.
A little bit too unselfish right there because I think she had a better shot at a layup, maybe an and one. She may have drawn a foul. But that's a big point in the game with 7 minutes to go. She'd have to think she would set maybe the remainder of the quarter.
Right. Depending on how the quarter goes, you're right. That very well could be the case. So here's Princeton with it. And that ball was loose on the floor, and I think we're going to have a Princeton foul as Nelson went for the loose ball, and she was clipped.
Yeah, that's going to be a foul on Madison Stahl.
Yep.
Yeah, Madison created the turnover by dribbling it off her foot, and as Nelson was going for it, Madison inadvertently tackled her.
So, Beckley really with more or less a smaller lineup. I mean, you have Cross that can post, and Nelson's very athletic, but you think maybe something off the dribble here, maybe to the basket for Beckley. Nelson has it at the head of the lane. Cross, who's a good outside shooter, she's on, Hopkins, and she traveled.
Princeton overplayed on the dribble drive right there. Once she turned the corner, I think she had, a path to the bucket. And right now, both teams, Coach Davis, you got to get it going. So he's going to get the best five out there that can work together.
Well, you're searching for offense, and that's why Law and Dillon back into the lineup for Beckley. And even though the defense has been good, you still got to find somebody to put the ball in the basket for both teams.
I like the addition of Maya Wooten in this mix because she is one you have to watch, offensively because she's always around the ball, and that's going to maybe be a turnover.
Yeah, almost turned it over, but Princeton able to hang on to it. And back out high is Princeton with the ball with Davis.
See, this is the pace of the game I think that Princeton is looking
Yes,
for.
I think this most definitely favors Princeton. Beckley likes definitely up and down the floor.
Right up to Maya.
Mooten, but the ball into the backcourt, therefore it's not a violation.
You're going to have to be strong with the ball with Maya on.
With Maya Wooten into the game. Here's a three ball in the right corner is no good. Battle for the rebound. Cross had it, throws it back in, and that's probably really a no-no whenever you get the rebound, Eric, under the opponent's basket. You never want to throw it back in, but on the possession arrow, it'll go over to Beckley.
Yeah, and Princeton had 3 or 4 chances at getting points on that possession.
Well, we played 2.5 minutes of the second quarter. Neither team has scored.
It's a repeat of the first quarter.
Yeah. So offense has been hard sledding here tonight. This is Region 3, Section 2, Class 4A. The winner advances to Friday's game. The loser of the season's over as Law, a runner, is too strong. But right now, Eric, and I think you would agree, neither offense looks very comfortable.
Yeah, nothing. I think the defense has a lot to do with it. And
here's
Josie
Cross with the steal. Can she finish? Nice jump stop and lay it up and in. Josie Cross with a big play.
Great overplay. She is just great on defense. And that will be her first 2, points of the game. But she's 3 or 4 rebounds, a couple blocks, and already 2 steals.
And Eric, I loved how she stopped, let the defender go by, and then shot the layup. And there's a illegal screen. That'll go against Parrish.
And that'll be the team's 5th foul. As we watch this from the Little General instant replay.
Yeah, we watch that steal
as
Cross.
Josie just overplays that. And she does a good job with the jump stop.
Right. Beautiful play by Cross on the stop rather than just go straight up to let the defender go by and then able to score. So Beckley with possession, up 4. And like I said, Eric, at the rate we're going, 40 points is liable to win the game.
Yeah, but, you really need to be patient on offense if you're the Lady Flying Eagles. With Zukowski out, anytime you can steal with the lead with her out is going to be a plus.
Wooten has it now, trying to create traffic, trying to find a way through traffic. Cross is posting up, and they get the ball inside. Cross with the finish, too strong. And coming out of there with the rebound is Bogus for Princeton.
They made the right play, just not. Oh,
and she'll draw the foul.
We're going to get Creasy on the foul. We'll have to look at that one.
Yep. Nice spin by Bogus into the lane to draw the foul on Creasy, as you mentioned, Eric. And it'll be 2 shots coming for Sadie Bogus.
Yeah, I think that was a lot of basketball here as we watch the instant replay. But Fowler on the shot, and the ball rims out.
So the first free throw is no good as you watch the Chick-fil-A instant replay. Beckley going back into the first quarter is currently on a 6-0 run, and that free throw breaks Beckley's 6-0 run and trims Beckley's lead to 3. So let's see what Beckley, they've got a ball screen. Creasy goes right to the basket and a finish. Latasha Creasy with a nice drive left of the lane.
What speed she showed. She showed a lot of speed and getting to the rim there.
And they turn Princeton over. Biggest lead of the game right here at 5 points. And you know, Eric, the way this game is being played, 5 points is a huge lead in this game.
Yeah, right now as the ball came to me, Mayor,
I know, you was getting ready to shoot it. I had to grab your arm so you wouldn't shoot it, so you'd hand the ball back to the referee. You know, we got Rusty Udy beside us from Loot Press and said that's the only time you ever give it up is because you had to throw it back in for play. People know you well, too. They know you very well, don't they?
Yeah, but you're right to speak on what you're talking about. If Beckley is able to score again as they turn it over,
yeah.
I mean, the way both teams are playing defense, that would be huge.
Hey, Eric, on that play, the ball looked like it had hot butter on it. Nobody but Beckley could pick it up.
It was everywhere as a hot potato, that's for sure.
So they turn it over, and here's Princeton breaking the Beckley press. And a turnover. Beckley does a good job. Even though Princeton broke the press, Beckley able to get back good in transition.
And that's good. That's one good thing. Sometimes, even if you don't steal during the press, you need to get back. Because sometimes your pressure is just to speed the team up.
Well, you're right.
Make the game faster for them.
And that's what you and I talked about. The pace was at Princeton's pace, but now Beckley was able to speed Princeton up on that possession. Here's Adriana Law, deep 3 straight away. That's not close. And they battle for the loose ball, and the possession arrow will give it to Princeton. I mean, that was a good look, but the shot was nowhere near.
Yeah, and I think that's a little bit out of her range, a little too deep. And I think they still just need to run their offense, try to do the dribble handoffs, and stick with what's got them here on this 6 out of 7 game win streak.
Well, Princeton have only got the 1 free throw. They don't even have a field goal here in this quarter. And we played, going back into the first quarter, it's been about 6 minutes since Princeton's had a field goal. As that 3 is short, and Dillon comes out of there with the rebound.
Well, they've only gotten 4 shots up on goal.
So here comes Abby Dillon leading the way, going coast to coast. Her shot's rejected, but it'll stay with Beckley. But that's still a good take by Dillon.
I think
you like going to the basket like that.
No matter what, everyone's shot's going to get blocked, but that's still putting pressure on that interior defense, and that'll free up a drive and kick later on in the game.
Yeah, I think if you can attack the basket off the dribble, I think that's something that Beckley would be a recipe to kind of maybe open the game up. Dillon will step back behind the screen, dial up a 3 and hit it.
Abby Dillon said, you might block my 2, but I'll hit this step back right here.
Yeah, you might block the 2, but you ain't got nothing for the 3. And a timeout by Princeton. We'll take it with them. 2:33 remaining in the half. It's an 8-point lead. And we'll take the 30-second timeout. You're watching streaming live here on Video Productions.
Virginia Orthotic and Prosthetic Center provides orthotic and prosthetic devices, promoting the highest level of personal and professional patient care. West Virginia O&P has a state-of-the-art fabrication facility where devices are produced, customized, and fitted in-house by our fully certified staff. We are honored to have the opportunity to work with our veteran population, providing them with the highest level of care and support. We are conveniently located in Beckley, just off I-64 at the Brookshire Lane Medical Park. Please call for a free evaluation or contact us online.
And we welcome you back to Beckley. Biggest lead of the game right here, Eric, at 17-9 with 2:33 left in the half. And, I said a couple times throughout in this first half, Eric, I thought 40 points might win it. But at the rate they're going, 35 might get it done.
The first team to 35, and a lot of some of it's bad shooting, bad shot selection, but most of it's good defense. And you can just feel the intensity in every possession of this game.
And, Eric, when Princeton was down 6-5, they got a 3-point play and went up 8-6. That was about 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter. They have not had a field goal since then, as they've only scored 1 point here in this second quarter, the one free throw. And Beckley with this biggest lead of the game right here at 8.
And Beckley's doing a little run and jump now.
Yeah, they're trying to extend the pressure and trying to speed Princeton up a bit. On the drive is Connor, puts up the short shot, no good. Battle for the rebound, and Adriana Law comes out of there with it. Creasy on the move. Gets the ball over to Dillon. And the one thing you had mentioned, Eric, when Olivia Zokowski got her second foul and they took her out, she hasn't been back in the game since.
Well, I thought if Coach Neighbors, this is a good entry right here to Josie.
The smaller lineup has been effective for Beckley here.
And I think their guard play has put a lot of pressure on Princeton's guard play.
So here's Creasy with it, not in no hurries. Comes off a ball screen. Dillon open for three. She'll dial it up and hit it.
What a big shot.
Abby Dillon with back-to-back 3 balls, and Beckley has its largest lead, a double-digit lead of 11. Princeton in a lot of trouble trying to get the ball up. Adriana Law with good hustle. But right now, Beckley trying to really speeding Princeton up in this quarter. That's why Beckley's been able to open up the double-digit lead.
Hey, and they are playing. Beckley's playing with a lot of desire, as is Princeton. Both teams are laying it all out on the line. But right now, it feels like Beckley is exuding the energy of their coaches. Coach Neighbors, Brian and Jean Neighbors, they've really fired
up. And Eric,
up.
I do think going to the smaller lineup has paid dividends. Here's a drive to the basket. They're going to get Cross, I believe.
No, I think they're going to get that one on Adriana Law.
Let's see who they will call it on. I think they did call it on Cross, though.
Adriana Law.
Oh, Law, I beg your pardon. I stand to be corrected. And it'll be 2 shots for Princeton, and at the free throw line is Connor, and the first free throw is no good.
And that's where Princeton is really, they've only scored 1 point in this quarter. That's where you're really going to have to make up the difference. If you want to get fouled, you need to go and cash in.
And the second free throw is good. Yeah, Princeton has not made a field goal. We're looking at in close to 10 minutes of game time. That's the last. The field goal came when they were down 6-5, and they got a 3-point play.
This is some offense for defense right here as Zokowski comes into the game.
And Belcher for offense for defense.
Offense for defense right here. So,
right.
So we look for them to run something through the high post with Zokowski.
Well, right, because you got Maddie Belcher into the game, and she's in there for her offense to shoot the 3.
And you can play the high-low now with Josie and Zokowski in.
They look for Dillon off a screen. They run in Belcher. She's open. She'll dial up the 3. It's not there, but that's the plan that they had. And it was an executed play. Maddie Belcher just not able to knock it down.
She just needs to keep her head in it, though. The ball, the
3
shot
ball
was there.
The other way is too strong and out of bounds. That shot was put up by Southers.
Yeah, the shot was there for Belcher. Just be ready to shoot.
And Southers for Princeton has 5 of the team's 10 points. She's got half of them. Princeton now going to full court pressure, trying to make Beckley work to get the ball up the floor. Cross in trouble, and they just get it across the midcourt stripe. Belcher's open. 3 ball. In and out, heartbreak. Once again, Maddie Belcher had a good look at it, and here comes Princeton out of there with it with Kylie Connor. Connor shaking and baking into the lane, a little floater back iron. Maddie Belcher with the rebound. They double team Belcher. She's able to get it out of there. Here's Beckley. They got numbers and a good defensive play because Cross was coming free for the layup.
Yeah, that was a great defensive play, and I didn't see, was that Creasy with the entry pass?
Yes.
Creasy has done a good job. This is the most we've seen her at the point guard position this year with Abby off the ball. And it's paid dividends because she's really run the offense, and Abby's been able to knock down two long balls.
And this is a smart play for Coach Neighbors with 27 seconds left in the half, Eric, to get Zokowski out of there with 2 fouls so she don't pick up her 3rd.
Yeah, and one of those could be, going over the back because she can't take the aggressiveness out of her, on the offensive board.
And if you're Beckley, unless you get a good look like that by Cross, you'd hold it for the last shot, but Cross able to get free in the lane. Beckley with their biggest lead at 12, the final 20 seconds of the half. Here's Princeton with it. They'll probably hold it for the final shot. Connor has it now. She looks at the clock above her. We're now under 10 seconds. Here's a shot left of the lane, no good. That shot put up by Stoll. Beckley has the rebound, and Creasy steps out of bounds in the far corner. So with 2.6 seconds left in the half, Princeton will have one more opportunity to get the last shot of the half.
Yeah, and Beckley kind of had numbers. Good job by Princeton putting pressure on Creasy right there, not giving up anything.
And if you're Beckley, you can't give up a layup. Princeton looks to get it in. They bring the ball back out. They don't know the clock. They're not going to get a shot off, and they don't. Princeton did not know the clock, and it runs out on them. And at the break, your score is Beckley with their largest lead of the game. They lead Princeton 22-10. You're watching Class 4A, Region 3, Section 2 girls game, streaming live here on Video Productions.
I'm Leanna Burnett, owner of Window World of Beckley. Start your new year off right.
With a wise investment with new windows.
Or siding and doors from Window World of Beckley. And spend your tax refunds with us.
We will help you design a whole new look for the exterior of your home.
Choose from many window, siding, and door options. Our products are made right here in the USA and earn the Good Housekeeping Seal of Approval. So it's time to get started. Call Window World of Beckley today for your free estimate.
At Pioneer Community Bank, your banking needs are our priority. Looking to buy a home, a vehicle, or just need a personal loan for that special project? Our loan professionals are here for you. We also offer all business banking products, which allows us to serve all your financial needs. Set up your online banking at pioneercommunitybank.com and download the mobile app for your convenience and ask about our personal and business products today. Pioneer Community Bank, investing in Southern West Virginia since 1931. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you're looking to sell your vehicle, Auto Buyers of West Virginia is your solution. We buy all cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs and have a simple and safe way to sell your vehicle. We'll give you a free appraisal on your vehicle and make you an offer to buy it on the spot. Whether you're still making payments or have a clear title, we'll turn your car into cash today at Auto Buyers of West Virginia. So come see us at Cranberry Creek Shopping Center off Eisenhower Drive in Beckley. Auto Buyers of West Virginia, the simple, safe, and secure way to sell your vehicle.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
We welcome you back to Beckley, and in this Class 4A, Region 3, Section 2 girls game, right now the largest lead of the game is here at the break, a 12-point advantage for Beckley, 22-10. And Eric, we were talking during that commercial, Princeton has not made a field goal since going back into about the middle of the first quarter, over 10 minutes of actual game time since the last time Princeton scored a field goal. Their only 2 points in the second quarter came on 2 free throws.
Yeah, and they've missed a variety of shots. They've not even close on a couple of threes and missing layups, stuff that normally falls for the Lady Tigers.
And we'll get into that in just a minute as Beckley led 10-8 at the end of the first quarter. As I mentioned, have their largest lead of the game right now at 22-10. Your first half recap is brought to you by Giovanni's Pizza. Mamma Mia! With 2 locations to serve you. They have it down in Glen Daniel on your way down to a Liberty game, or as Eric and I and as we ate yesterday, as our pregame meal at Leicester Square in Sophia. Mamma Mia, Giovanni's Pizza. If you're not Italian going in, you'll definitely be Italian coming out. And my Italian, Eric, has gotten much better since we've been going to Giovanni's.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I love that pizza. Some great pizza and salads. If you like salads, you can get you a nice salad.
And you did, and you and I become real paisans of Giovanni's Pizza. How about that? Mamma mia. We capisce. How about that? Speaking a little bit of Italian. At the break, Beckley up 22-10. And we'll take a break. When we come back, Eric will give you team and individual totals as the Lady Flying Eagles lead Princeton by 12, 22-10 in this Region 3, Section 2, Class 4A game, streaming live here on Video Productions.
I'm Leanna Burnett, owner of Window World of Beckley. Start your new year off right.
With a wise investment with new windows.
Or siding and doors from Window World of Beckley. And spend your tax refunds with us.
We will help you design a whole new look for the exterior of your home.
Choose from many window, siding, and door options. Our products are made right here in the USA and earn the Good Housekeeping Seal of Approval. So it's time to get started. Call Window World of Beckley today for your free estimate.
At Pioneer Community Bank, your banking needs are our priority. Looking to buy a home, a vehicle, or just need a personal loan for that special project? Our loan professionals are here for you. We also offer all business banking products, which allows us to serve all your financial needs. Set up your online banking at pioneercommunitybank.com and download the mobile app for your convenience and ask about our personal and business products today. Pioneer Community Bank, investing in Southern West Virginia since 1931. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you're looking to sell your vehicle, Auto Buyers of West Virginia is your solution. We buy all cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs and have a simple and safe way to sell your vehicle. We'll give you a free appraisal on your vehicle and make you an offer to buy it on the spot. Whether you're still making payments or have a clear title, we'll turn your car into cash today at Auto Buyers of West Virginia. So come see us at Cranberry Creek Shopping Center off Eisenhower Drive in Beckley. Auto Buyers of West Virginia, the simple, safe, and secure way to sell your vehicle.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
Welcome back to Beckley. And at the break, it's a 12-point advantage. Appreciate Mr. Sam Hall giving me some liquid refreshments. And, boy, I sure need that. Beckley leading 22-10. And with the lead, their largest lead, we have, Eric, you have all the numbers of the first half team and individuals.
Yeah, individually, Beckley's been led in scoring by Abby Dillon. She has 8 points. And Josie Cross, 2 freshman sensations, really coming out and playing tonight. On the flip side, Autumn Bain is leading the way with 5 of the 10 points for the Princeton Lady Tigers. Princeton was just 3 of 20 from the field, 1 of 8 from three-point range, and 3 of 5 from the free throw line. Beckley, on the flip side, was 8 of 26 from the field, 3 of 9 from three-point range, and 3 of 4 from the free throw line.
So Beckley making their way back onto the floor. Princeton still in the locker room. We'll take one final halftime break. On the other side of the break, we'll have our Beckley Automall keys to the second half as you're watching live streaming coverage of Class 4A, Region 3, Section 2, Girls Action, streaming live here on Video Productions.
Name is Hank, and I'm coming clean. Everyone I know thinks I know something about plumbing. Oh, I look the part. I talk the talk. I have all the tools, snake, pipe wrenches, torches, but I can't fix anything. I can't even flush a toilet. What they don't know is I've been calling Motley's Plumbing and Heating. They're fully licensed and insured. I just simply call 304-253-HELP, and here they come down the road to fix the problem. It just feels so good to get rid of the guilt.
Hi, I'm Michaela, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Peppermint Chip Milkshake is that first sip when you taste the peppermint chip pieces. It's like catching snowflakes on your tongue, and it just feels like the holiday season has begun.
Hey, my name is Chandler, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Peppermint Chip Milkshake is the little pieces of the peppermint that you get. It tastes like it's just the top of the line peppermint. For me, no milkshake is topping the Peppermint Chip Milkshake.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment Champion Mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
And we welcome you back to Beckley. The Lady Flying Eagles with a 12-point advantage, largest lead of the game at 22-10. It's time for the Beckley Automall Keys to the Second Half. And Keys to the Second Half are brought to you by Beckley Automall. Go see Rick Lewis, Chuck Bentley, John Fornash, or Mike Earhart, and you can get the keys that will best fit your wallet, and they'll take excellent care of you, the great people at Beckley Automall. So, Eric, first of all, if you're in the Princeton locker room and they're still in their locker room, what do you think Coach Smith is telling his players? Only 10 points at half and no field goals in that second quarter.
It's simple. To win a game, you have to make shots, so they're going to have to really withstand the Beckley pressure. I think the guard play of Beckley really got to them in that second quarter and forced them into some bad looks. So, run their offense and find someone to really step up and score in the second half. And for the Lady Flying Eagles, they just have to really keep doing what they're doing. I think they're going to really try to take advantage of I think they have a slight size advantage, so go down low, run that high-low with Josie Cross and Olivia Zakowski.
Well, one of the things, too, Eric, that we might see here in the second half for Princeton is they might really try to extend the pressure and try to really make it tough for Beckley to get the ball up the floor, or maybe try to take Beckley out of their offense, and in the process, perhaps get some steals and some easy buckets.
Yeah, and I think that will help. That could be a double-edged sword, though, early on, but you're going to have to, try to create some pressure and turnovers being down 12.
So Beckley will have the first possession of the second half, and if you're Princeton, whatever, as Beckley is going to turn it over right off the bat on an unforced error.
Well, wasn't that what we talked about?
Well, threw the ball into the front court, and she had possession, and then the ball went into the back court.
She never had possession.
Yep. Well, it goes as a turnover. We've seen this happen down at Wyoming East and Chapmanville, Eric, and we got the call on that, and I beg your pardon, she didn't have possession, but she fumbled the ball, and here comes Princeton on the attack.
And they turn it right back over.
And they turn it over, so poetic justice maybe?
Well, I just like some clarification on the – she never had possession of the ball.
And the video proves that she did not have possession, but it all comes out in the wash. Beckley turns it over. So Princeton's turned Beckley over.
and Princeton turns it right back over.
Right. Beckley turned it over twice. Princeton turned it over.
So two turnovers apiece.
And here's the thing, Eric, I think you'll agree. You see things in all sports in postseason that you never see in the entire regular season.
Yeah, and it happens, the weirdest things.
On all levels.
On all levels.
So here's Beckley. They do break the press. They get the ball in the front court. Dillon with an open look.
Better pick her up.
Three, it looks good, and it is.
Better
Abby
pick.
Dillon from downtown. That's her third three of the game. 15-point lead, largest lead of the game. And that's a huge bucket for Dillon. Here's Princeton into the low post, little turnaround shot. It's blocked. Stoll put up the shot. Here's Beckley with it.
If Beckley scores here, I think Princeton may need a timeout to settle the team down early.
Beckley trying to create some distance. The biggest lead of the game is right here at 15. Creasy over to Cross. Cross with a nice head and shoulder fake off the glass and in. Josie Cross with the bucket, and the lead is 17. Here's Zokowski almost getting the steal, and now Law able to get it. Law down to Zokowski. Zokowski powers it up and scores.
Defense becoming offense. Great look by Adriana Law to feed
and
it.
Eric, right, another steal over to Creasy.
Bounce pass.
Creasy finish, and now Princeton does take a timeout with that bucket. Beckley right now is on a 21-2 run. It's a full timeout. We'll take it with them as we watch the instant replay there as Creasy on the finish. You're watching live streaming coverage of Region 3, Section 2, Class 4A girls basketball here on Video Productions.
Automall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Beckley Automall, with 3 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, 199 Rogers Street, Princeton, and 368 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Beckley Automall and West Virginia student athletes, a winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Out of the timeout, Princeton having a hard time getting the ball across the midcourt stripe, and they can, Eric, and Beckley has really turned up the defense. Beckley already led by 12. They're on an 11-0 run here to start this third quarter, and they're trying to run away and hide.
And that's how you keep it from not being a backcourt violation. You receive
it
in the
throw it into backcourt, right? Law for three. A little strong rebound, Princeton. But, you know, Eric, to me, a 21-point lead, the way this game's going, and Princeton hasn't had a field goal since 1:49 left in the first quarter. It seems like it's a 35 or 40-point lead to me.
Yeah, and if you look, they've really gone into their bench.
Here's a shot in the lanes, blocked. Battle for the loose ball. Autumn Bain has it, and the ball is knocked out of bounds by Cross.
That's their first shot on goal for Princeton, the rejection there.
As Bogus will check into the lineup for the Lady Tigers. So Princeton, and you know, you got to obviously credit the Beckley defense, but Princeton's also, they've just not been able to knock shots down. And Beckley's defense has had a lot to do with that, as Bogus will draw the foul on the baseline, and she'll get to the line to shoot two. But Princeton led at 1 point, Eric, 8-6. Since then, that is a 25-2 Beckley run going back into the first quarter. And I think if you have the book from the last time Beckley and Princeton played, if you'll look in that book, there's a couple of girls that have checked in that we don't have numbers for that I think might have had numbers
I don't
then.
have that book. This is a new book, partner.
So both free throws are made by Bogus, and Beckley's lead is 31-12. Dillon on the move to Cross. Cross, layup, left of the lane, up and in. Nice play by Dillon, and Cross once again, Eric, very patient, letting the defenders go by before she's able to score. Law on the steal. Adriana Law with the finish, right of the lane. And Beckley pouring it on, as Zokowski will get whistled for her third personal foul. That play happened right here in front of us.
That was Law's first basket since the first quarter, the first three.
As we watch this on the Little General Instant Replay, Law there going in. And with Zokowski getting her third foul, Somalia Nelson will come in, as there's a block shot by Creasy. Right to Nelson. Nelson will come in. Zokowski will have a seat. Dillon open. She stumbled, drives, down to Cross. They double team her. Throw the ball back out to Abby Dillon. Dillon from three. Got it! Right down the chute. And that is 4 3 balls for Abby Dillon. And Beckley pouring it on. And Greenbrier East, our last report, they were leading Oak Hill 39-14 at the half. So, Eric, we could be in for a Friday showdown, Beckley at East. There's a running shot by Bogus. It's no good. We have a foul on the rebound. Now, the thing about it, and when I tell people that are not familiar with the format in West Virginia, if you lose tonight, your season's over. But if you lose Friday, your season's not over. And some people have a hard time understanding that, as Autumn Bain gets fouled on the inbounds pass as she makes her way to the basket. So Bain will step up to the line to shoot two.
I think they're going to whistle that on Law. That'll be her second.
As Sarah Hopkins will check in after this first free throw for Beckley. And here is Bain at the line. Free throw on its way. It is good.
It's one thing that Princeton's done right this third quarter. They're 3 of 3 from the free throw line.
Yeah, they've not been able to make a shot from the floor since the first quarter. As Madison Stahl will check back into the Princeton lineup. Autumn Bain, the junior, she got them both. And we got a football score here, Eric, 38-14, as Beckley breaks the pressure. Nelson all alone, left of the lane, puts up the shot too strong. And back the other way comes Princeton.
That was their first miss from 2 this quarter.
Here's Balgus for 3, high off the glass, no good. The rebound, Abby Dillon runs it down. Dillon on the move.
They better pick her up.
Yep, she's open, and she's feeling it as Dillon knocks down yet another 3. Beckley with his biggest lead. Here's a good take to the basket and a bucket. That was a nice move that time by Sadie Balgus. That's Princeton's first made field goal, Eric, since way back in the first quarter.
Yeah, and Sadie Balgus did a good job of driving and getting it up off the glass. And, boy, I can't say enough about Abby Dillon, the way she shot the rock tonight. I mean, if you don't pick her up, the way she's shooting, looks like she's shooting to the ocean right now.
And right now, this continues from her hot hand. She scored 18, even though Beckley lost in overtime Friday to Pikeview. Here's Sarah Hopkins for 3, getting in the act.
She has a good-looking stroke.
Yes,
Mary.
Sarah Hopkins able to step right into it and drain the 3 ball.
Step in 3.
And I'll tell you, Beckley has shot it from distance really well as we got a held ball possession error. We'll keep it with Princeton. But, Eric, you'll have to total up what Beckley is shooting for 3 because it's been outstanding here tonight.
Yeah, they've shot really, really well from 3.
But Abby Dillon, she had 18 in the overtime loss at Pikeview on Friday. And she's knocked down, 5 3 balls here tonight?
Yes.
But Beckley really took
8
charge.
of 15 from three-point range.
Wow. Beckley really took charge of this game middle through the second quarter. And there's an offensive foul. Good defense by Sarah Hopkins. So, you have a role player like Hopkins that gave you offense, a 3 ball on one end, and takes the charge on the other.
Yeah, wow. I mean, that's just good defense. She was set up, camped out there. And, hey, you got to be strong to take that. You're going to take one to the chops usually as Beckley turns it over.
Beckley turns it over, but
Princeton
turns it back over. Creasy,
could be a layup.
Coast to coast, right of the lane. Got it, a little scoop shot.
Creasy has some acceleration with that dribble in the open court.
And now it's a blowout. Biggest lead of the game right here. And, Eric, I really thought this would be a much more competitive game.
This defense has really been impressive.
But Beckley has played very well, obviously, to have this big lead. Princeton is really, as there's a bucket there by Parrish. And it's been a struggle, really, for the 18 points that Princeton's gotten as we come down to the final 3 minutes of the third quarter. Beckley throws it away. And here's Balgus with it for the Lady Tigers. So if everything holds up, it'll be Beckley at Greenbrier East on Friday night up at Fairleigh. That 3 ball has no chance. And Dillon plucks it out of the air. Beckley a 3 on nobody. And here's Creasy, will miss it. But Hopkins runs down the floor, picks it up, and puts it back in. Sarah Hopkins with another basket.
Sarah Hopkins with a quick 5 points in this quarter.
And you got to like that hustle. She didn't give up on the play. She followed the miss and put it back up. Here's Princeton with it. Stoll with it. And they throw it away. Nelson has it over to Sarah Hopkins.
They come on the run.
Yep.
2:01. He wants them to slow it up and run some set. But hot hand, heat check.
And
heat check.
Wow. Abby Dillon right down the chute. Kaboom! From downtown. I told Abby Dillon at one game I was going to call her, AD for her initials. Now I got to call her Downtown Freddie Brown. She's like, who the heck is that? Played back in my day. That was before the three-point line, Downtown Freddie Brown. Whatever he scored in the NBA, he would have scored way more if they had a three-point line back in his day.
That's for sure.
He played in the 70s.
They're getting in the hip pocket of Abby now. They're grabbing, doing
cross,
Josie.
down low, turn around, her shot's rejected. She stays right with it, though. She goes to the floor. I think she'll be okay. They whip a pass to Dillon. Back to Creasy.
This has been an impressive third quarter here.
Well, it has been. I mean, Beckley had 22 at the break. They got 51 now. So you're talking, if my math is correct, that's a 29-point quarter.
You're right on it.
Yeah, I can count every now and then. Here's Dillon, yo-yoing the ball up and down.
You got that Ernest T. Bass,
Yeah.
The viewers can't see how you were counting. You
count with my feet up under the table. Dillon shaking and baking, backs it back out. Beckley might decide to hold it for the final shot. Brian Neighbors thought that Dillon was fouled on the drive as he said something to the referee. But, got to play through it. Creasy on the drive, gets to the rim, misses the shot.
Good drives, got a little too close to the rim.
She did everything but make it, and Stoll comes out of there with it for Princeton. Ball gets with it. They get the ball in the paint. Here's a shot put up, and they'll call a foul on Josie Cross with 16.7 remaining here in the third quarter.
It's getting a little, I think, a tad chippy out there.
There's that last three ball as we watch it on the replay, that Abby Dillon. The one downtown Freddie Brown style, Abby Dillon style, knocking down the three. I guess I'm showing my age when I'm referenced to players that even when her mom and dad was kids, her mom and dad may know, but they were young at the time when when those players played. As checking into the game will be Lauren Bunner into the game for Princeton. And both free throws are missed, and the rebound is to Beckley, and they'll play for the final shot of the third. Under 10 seconds. Here's Dillon off a screen. They cut her off. She gets into the lane with the pass up Cross, and Cross misses the shot. Cross back up. Count if it goes, it doesn't go. But that's how the third quarter comes to an end. But Beckley, a huge third quarter at the end of three. It's Beckley 51, Princeton 18. You're watching live streaming coverage of the Class 4A Region 3 Section 2 game here on Video Productions.
At Pioneer Community Bank, your banking needs are our priority. Looking to buy a home, a vehicle, or just need a personal loan for that special project? Our loan professionals are here for you. We also offer all business banking products, which allows us to serve all your financial needs. Set up your online banking at pioneercommunitybank.com and download the mobile app for your convenience and ask about our personal and business products today. Pioneer Community Bank, investing in Southern West Virginia since 1931. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Dad, what is a backflow prevention device?
Well, it's a device that's used to protect water supplies from contamination or pollution in homes or businesses.
Is that why you were talking to that man?
Well, he was a certified plumber from Modley's Plumbing and Heating. Modley's is fully licensed and insured in testing, installation, and service of backflow prevention devices. I just call 304-253-HELP, and they'll take care of it the right way.
I thought it was something for the car, so Mom wouldn't hit the house again when she was backing up.
And we welcome you back to Beckley for the fourth quarter. And, Eric, I think you and I are both a little surprised. I mean, I think you and I both felt that Beckley had the edge playing here at home, and Beckley entered this game winners of 6 of their last 7. But in light that Princeton had beaten Beckley, and I know that was back in January by 4, and Beckley won by 16, 3 weeks ago, I felt this game wouldn't be decided till now in the fourth quarter, but Beckley really, they steamrolled Princeton in the second and definitely in that third quarter.
Well, defense got it started in the first half, but offense did it in that third quarter. As you stated, a 29-point quarter. They were 12 of 18 from the floor and 5 of 6 from 3.
And I would think that was clearly the best quarter all year by the Lady Flying Eagles.
That's the best quarter I've seen by any team at Beckley.
Well, they definitely,
boys or girls.
Well, and last week, the game you and I did against Princeton, Beckley's boys had a 40-point half.
Yeah,
but not a 29-point quarter. You're right, and that was a high for them, a 40-point half.
Yeah, and I was just trying to illustrate how well they shot the basketball.
Right. And Eric, as Beckley turns it over, but Beckley's movement and their flow, and I mentioned that to Beckley coach Brian Neighbors before the game, how I felt that when that winning streak started, how the offense was moving and flowing, and their defense has been really good tonight as well.
You know what I like about this? They keep applying the pressure. I mean, right.
Make Princeton really working it up to get the ball across the midcourt stripe. And they're double teaming the ball, make it really tough on Connor. Here's a three from the left corner, is no good. Battle for the rebound, and Adriana Law comes out of there with it.
And the shooting woes continue for Princeton as they were able just to shoot 5 times in that third quarter, and they were 2 of 5 from the floor.
Zokowski posts up left of the lane. She spins, they double team her, they knock the ball free. Now they triple team her, and she draws the foul. But one thing, Eric,
she got bailed out right there.
I do think that Beckley's pressure to make Princeton play much faster, I think, has really taken Princeton out of their offense completely.
Yeah, and you alluded to it early in the first quarter. It was nip and tuck. I think it was at 8-6 at one point, and Princeton was content with that pace. And Coach Neighbors did a good job, as that was a little short on the shot by Zukowski. Princeton did a good job of, Beckley, of speeding Princeton up.
So Zukowski misses the front end. Here comes the back end of the two-shot opportunity, and she missed that one. But Cross had the rebound. The ball's knocked free, and here's Princeton with it.
And once again, good transition defense.
And there's a Beckley foul.
They're going to get Abby Dillon.
But, one thing, too, Eric, Princeton has had to work for everything. They've not been able to get, any easy layups or anything like that. Everything that Princeton has done, whether it's, perimeter or to the basket, it's been tough.
It's been contested.
And here's Balgus into the lane, crashes in to Zukowski, and what do we got?
They're going to call it a turnover.
Just a turnover. A lot of contact, no foul, and it'll go back over to Beckley.
Yeah, it's Princeton extending the pressure.
And Beckley turns it over.
That's a tough pass. You can't
make that pass. That pass in front of us all the way across the court. No. Here's a drive on the left baseline. Shot put up.
Even when Princeton gets a good look, it's just contested.
Yeah. Zukowski had the rebound. Now here's Abby Dillon. Adriana Law on the drive. Zukowski. And they call her for traveling.
Yeah, she did.
Well, Law I think Law was trying to set a screen and Zukowski ran into Law.
Made her slow up a little bit.
Yeah. Got to have a little bit better spacing. So we're right at 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. Neither team has scored here in this fourth quarter.
Boy, it's tough getting this ball up the court.
And Princeton, and that's incidental contact. That's a tough. As Law hits into Sadie Balgus. Balgus, the 5'6" senior, and
Yeah, that was just.
Law didn't mean to do it, but nevertheless, it is a foul. In fact, Beckley's over the limit. That's free throw time. So that's the 17th foul on Beckley. We played 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Neither team has scored yet here in the fourth quarter. And Sadie Balgus at the line to shoot the 1-and-1. Free throw on its way is no good. And Zukowski climbs the ladder, and they'll call a jump ball, and the possession will stay with Princeton.
One ref was pointing that way. Yeah,
it'll stay. The error says Princeton as Creasy will check back into the lineup. And it'll be Wooten that will have a seat. So here's Princeton with it. Connor, they cut her off. Balgus drives into the lane.
Just great defense.
Here's a three ball by Southers. It's too strong. And Creasy on the weak side clears the rebound for Beckley.
Only 2 field goals this whole half for Princeton.
Yeah. Beckley's defense is definitely as good as the offense played in that third quarter, Eric. I think it'll more about the Beckley defense. To right now with 5.5 to go, hold Princeton 18 points. And Zukowski with the left hand can't get it to go, but there's Cross on the offensive board. Josie Cross.
Josie on the spot. What a great rebounder. She's a great rebounder.
And we got a timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. Watching live streaming coverage here on Video Productions.
Virginia Orthotic and Prosthetic Center provides orthotic and prosthetic devices, promoting the highest level of personal and professional patient care. West Virginia O&P has a state-of-the-art fabrication facility where devices are produced, customized, and fitted in-house by our fully certified staff. We are honored to have the opportunity to work with our veteran population, providing them with the highest level of care and support. We are conveniently located in Beckley, just off I-64 at the Brookshire Lane Medical Park. Please call for a free evaluation or contact us online.
And we welcome you back to Beckley. And Eric, as we look at our score sheet, Beckley led 10-8 at the end of the first quarter, 22-10 at the break, 51-18 at the end of third, and right now with 5:15 left in the game, Princeton is stuck on 18. And as I mentioned, is as good as Beckley had offensively in that third quarter by putting up 29 points, and it was by far the best quarter that the Lady Flying Eagles have had all year. Still, they hung their hat defensively, and for Beckley to get where they want to go to the state tournament in Charleston, they'll have to do it on the defensive end of the floor, and they have played championship level defense in this game tonight.
And that's where you win in the postseason. And the one thing that Coach Brian Neighbors is going to get his team to do, you got to buy in defensively. Just like the way Josie cross rebounds and Abby is shooting the ball, you got to want it as Princeton learns.
There's a layup by Stoll, and that's one of probably the only easy bucket, and I say easy bucket there, be able to get a layup like that. Here's Dillon, pull up, short shot, in and out, no good. Zokowski on the offensive rebound and the putback off the glass. Olivia Zokowski from about 8 feet right of the lane. And we got a Beckley foul. That's free throw time. Once again, Law involved in the play and a little aggressive. She didn't mean to be, but nevertheless, it'll be free throw time for Princeton. As we watch this last play on the little general instant replay. There's the miss, and Zokowski able to go up and the putback off the window.
Yeah, she stayed with it.
So Law comes out of the game. Maya Wooten will check in. And Balgus will shoot the 1-and-1 for the Lady Tigers of Princeton. So, Eric, it looks like we're going to have as the free throw's no good, and Wooten gets the rebound.
Nice
Another
rebound.
battle at Greenbrier East. I think this will be the 4th straight year Beckley and Greenbrier East playing up at East for the sectional title.
And then, both teams want it, and no matter where you play it, it's going to be a packed house and good atmosphere.
Wooten thought about it. She was open, and now she turns it over. Here's Balgus. And Zokowski does commit the foul. And Balgus will get to the line to shoot 2.
And I think that's going to be
Zokowski's
Zokowski's
That's 4, right? I think that's 4 fouls on Zokowski.
Yeah.
It is?
It is.
So it'll be Sadie Balgus to shoot 2 shots for Princeton.
She's 3 of 5 on the night from the line.
And the first free throw is up and in. And Princeton's going to take a timeout. So we'll take it with them. You're watching live streaming coverage of girls high school basketball here on Video Productions.
Virginia Orthotic and Prosthetic Center provides orthotic and prosthetic devices, promoting the highest level of personal and professional patient care. West Virginia O&P has a state-of-the-art fabrication facility where devices are produced, customized, and fitted in-house by our fully certified staff. We are honored to have the opportunity to work with our veteran population, providing them with the highest level of care and support. We are conveniently located in Beckley, just off I-64 at the Brookshire Lane Medical Park. Please call for a free evaluation or contact us online.
We welcome you back to Beckley. 4:18 left in the contest. And really, that's really what's left in Princeton's season, because the loser of this game is eliminated. The winner will advance to the sectional title on Friday. And it looks like the opponent for the sectional championship game will be Greenbrier East. The game played up at Fairleigh Friday night, as that free throw is no good. And Zokowski clears the rebound, and she's fouled. That's only the 4th team foul on Princeton. So it'll be Beckley inbounding the ball.
Yeah, once Olivia Zokowski gets her hands on that basketball, it's tough to get it away from her.
So Princeton putting the all-court press on, trying to turn Beckley over. And Beckley able to break the pressure and get the ball in the front court. Wooten has it and backs it back out over to Abby Dillon. So coming down the stretch here, up under 4 minutes for the game. And Beckley up big.
Yeah, look for Beckley to run a little clock.
And this is something they've been good at, too, bringing Zokowski at the high post and have cutters, off of that.
And Zokowski's making good decisions on when to pass it, when not to pass it, and when not to hand it off in traffic. So she's playing point forward. That ball was tipped, wasn't it?
It looked like it was tipped. It'll be another over and back.
I think that's why she's fouled the ball.
Samaya Nelson checking into the Beckley lineup.
And this is good experience for Nelson. She's actually played, the minutes she's played really well.
Sarah Hopkins, she's played well. Sarah Hopkins has hit a 3 and had a putback. She's got 5 points on the night.
Yeah, Sarah Hopkins, she has a nice release when she shoots it.
So for Princeton, they've got a couple seniors, as Balgus is one of those seniors who gets fouled. Lauren Parrish is the other senior. And, Eric, as I look at Princeton's team and Taylor into the game now, Elia Taylor, they only have 3 seniors on the team.
Yes.
So Princeton's going to be a very good team as, going into next year. They're obviously be disappointed by having their season end here tonight. But they've got a lot to build on coming back, only having 3 seniors on the team.
Yeah, and this is a rivalry, and both of these teams will be going at it, next year too, because both teams are young, fairly young roster-wise.
So both free throws are made. And, you look at Wooten with the ball now. Dillon's a freshman, and also Josie Cross a freshman. And as you mentioned, both teams young as Bogus down the lane. Count it. If it goes, it goes. She draws the foul. And Bogus will get back to the free throw line.
Yeah, as you stated, right out on the floor right now you have Maya Wooten, freshman, Josie Cross, freshman.
Abby Dillon, who's had a great game over on the bench, who they've taken out a freshman. So that's 3 of their core players.
Creasy's a junior.
Right.
And Nelson's a sophomore.
Sarah Hopkins a sophomore. As there's a foul on the missed rebound. So a lot of Beckley's core players are underclassmen. Beckley only has 2 seniors, which is Zolkowski and Law. And Princeton, as I mentioned, they have 3 seniors. As Beckley wants a full timeout. We'll take it with them. 3:16 left in the game. Beckley up 30. As you're watching live streaming coverage here of this Class 4A Region 3 Section 2 game on Video Productions.
Looking to sell your vehicle, Auto Buyers of West Virginia is your solution. We buy all cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs and have a simple and safe way to sell your vehicle. We'll give you a free appraisal on your vehicle and make you an offer to buy it on the spot. Whether you're still making payments or have a clear title, we'll turn your car into cash today at Auto Buyers of West Virginia. So come see us at Cranberry Creek Shopping Center off Eisenhower Drive in Beckley. Auto Buyers of West Virginia, the simple, safe, and secure way to sell your vehicle.
Massey Powersports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Powersports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Powersports. We power your work and your adventure.
And out of the timeout, Josie Cross will put the ball in play. Princeton will come out and show full court pressure. 3:16 for the game. Beckley, biggest lead of the game here at 30. And Eric, really, I'm really surprised that the spread is big as it is.
Yeah, this shocked me. And the intensity of the game, the way it played in the first quarter, it was the end of the first, it was 10-8.
There's Nelson
Beckley
down low. She turns it over. And the thing that you stated, and rightfully so, in that first quarter, Eric, is the ball now is turned back over. Both teams came out of this game very, very tight.
Yeah, and
then
a lot of it was nerves, and then all of a sudden Beckley settled in first and started playing basketball.
And they did it on the defensive end of the floor because Princeton only had 2 free throws, did not make a field goal in that second quarter. And there's a foul, and that looked like an intentional foul as Perry shoved Creasy right in the back.
Yeah, I think that even with the score being what it is, I'm watching a little body language and stuff. I think the refs need to calm it down because the whole bench and student section reacted to the foul, so kind of tough.
So Burner into the game for Princeton.
The only one we don't have a roster is for us.
Also, Maddie Belcher into the game. And also Caitlin Calger into the game. Calger has it now. She'll shoot it. Back iron, no good. Maddie Belcher on the putback and scores. Maddie Belcher with her a bucket right of the lane. Beg your pardon, left of the lane. Belcher on the putback.
Maddie Belcher's been instant offense as far as coming in and shooting.
And she has it now. Ball's free. Wooten has it, and we got a Princeton foul. And Princeton over the limit, and Maya Wooten will get to the line.
All kinds of contact in this game.
Well, Eric, you're right. We got, 2:09 left in the game, and Beckley's up 57-25. And you want to make sure that it's clean over this next 2:09, that nothing gets out of hand.
Right, and that's up to the refs. They're doing a good job, but just settle it down. Maybe go to each bench and say, look, 2:09 to go. We're going to call it tight from here on out.
Maya Wooten 1-1, and
strong.
That's no good. It's 1-1. I don't think nobody realized it. And I don't think she tried to bank that in. She did hit the square. I don't think you should ever try to bank in a free throw. I think anybody would agree with that. There's Bogus drives to the basket.
And that sums up the night for Princeton, doesn't it?
And there's a foul, and Davis will get to the line.
Yeah, she's 0 of 2 on the night from the free throw line.
So this 32-point lead is the biggest lead of the ball game. And Beckley will win the rubber match in the overall season series, but more importantly, win this game to be able to advance.
Yeah, Princeton will lose, Sadie Bogus.
They're going to lose 3 players,
Lauren Parrish, with 3 of them are starters.
Yeah, they'll lose Taylor, Bogus, and Parrish.
So they'll be back.
And that free throw is no good. Both of them were missed. Sarah Hopkins has it. And here is Calgar with it. Maddie Belcher dials up a 3. That ball might have been partially blocked.
It was tipped.
Belcher runs it down. Nelson in the lane. Nelson attacks the basket and couldn't finish. Back the other way. Play the final minute and a half of this one. So Beckley will advance to the sectional title. Sarah Hopkins commits a foul.
Yeah, they're going to get Hopkins definitely on that foul.
And Beckley on the double bonus, so it'll be 2 shots. But, Eric, as we plan ahead to Friday now, and it looks like Greenbrier East, we don't have a final, but they were up big, and we're trying to get a final. East had led 39-14 at halftime.
The last I checked, it was 57-28.
Yeah. So the free throw, Boggs is good. So you gotta think.
Have an upset in the
final.
Yeah, George Washington.
George Washington beat South Charleston tonight, 53-43. And I don't know if that's so much of an upset because George Washington, to me, regardless of what their record is, they're always a good, strong tournament team. Yeah. But here's Princeton, and there's another Beckley foul, and Sarah Hopkins is shaken up. I couldn't tell maybe if she hit knee to knee. She's laying on her back.
See, and this is what you don't want if you're Coach Neighbors. You don't want
she's sitting up. I think she's going to be okay, and she went knee to knee. And I'll tell you, Eric, for us, outside of maybe getting hit south of the border, going knee to knee is probably the second most painful injury that maybe you could have as a player.
This is reminiscent of last year when Beckley lost a key player late in a win, and that's tough. It kind of cost him in the tournament.
Well, while Sarah Hopkins is down, we'll take a break as you're watching live streaming coverage here on Video Productions.
Welcome to Allstate. You already paid for car insurance. Why not take your home along for the ride? Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Call a local agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE for a quote today.
Massey Powersports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Powersports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Powersports. We power your work and your adventure.
So we welcome you back to Beckley, and they're continuing to deal with Sarah Hopkins, who was injured on the play. But, Eric, we do have a final that Greenbrier East has beaten Oak Hill 71-41, and Beckley's 123 away from a date with Greenbrier East on Friday night. And it just seemed like it's old hat and Beckley and Greenbrier East. And every time they've played the sectional title, it's always been at East, and that'll be the case Friday night. And be looking forward to see how that game develops. Beckley won the only regular season game between the two teams up at East 55-50.
Yeah, and that's a little feather in your cap, but that's just tough to go on the road and play at East. It's a good home crowd there and a hostile environment for Beckley, but I think these girls will and the coaching staff will be up for the task.
Well, if you remember 2 years ago when they had the melee up there, and I did the game on radio that night, and they never finished the game. There was 5 minutes and 40 seconds left in it. And anyway, Greenbrier East was declared the winner. And the sectional championship game was played at East. And remember, I told you that I felt that Beckley was just the better team and would go up there and win. And they went handily when they went back up there. I haven't seen East, and I don't want to make that kind of comment, but there's no question that this Beckley team, especially the way they played tonight, and since they've already won once up there, no question Beckley could go to East and definitely win that game.
Yeah, they're definitely capable, but, East is the number 1 seed in the section for a reason, so they'll be ready. And putting up 71 points tonight, that's a great offensive night for them, so we'll see how it plays out. It's going to be a great game to watch.
Yeah, and, Greenbrier East, well coached by the governor, Jim Justice. And, the thing about it, Eric, and I think you'll agree with this, when East and Beckley play, as Calgar shoots a baseline shot, and there's going to be a Princeton foul as Joyce hits the deck hard. But, Eric, that's Jayla Joyce into the ball game, a sophomore. But, I think that both, when you say Beckley playing Greenbrier East in any athletic event, they really do seem to bring the best out in each other.
Yeah, they do, and it's a true rivalry. If you'd ever draw one up, this is definitely a rivalry.
So Joyce at the free throw line, and that first free throw is no good. She's got another one coming. As we come down the stretch with 1:15 to go, the main thing is, Eric, you got a lot of reserves in for both teams. You don't want to see any fouls. You don't see nobody get hurt. As Joyce misses the second free throw, just want to be able to get, if you're Beckley, get out of here with the W and get ready to play Greenbrier East on Friday night. There's a short shot put up, no good. Tip, no good. Nelson has it. And she loses the ball out of bounds.
And, Princeton had another 2 good looks at the bucket, and that just sums up their night.
And Eric, if you remember, I said earlier 40 points at win it, and I said 35. And I would say now under a minute, I would be surprised now if Princeton does get to 35. So, therefore, I think 35 would have won it as Joyce comes up with a block. Nice play by Jayla Joyce with the block.
Good block on the shot, not giving up on defense.
So, Belcher, they threw the ball to Belcher into the lane a little bit behind her. And here's a 3-ball. Good! Hazelwood splashes down from 3. Balgus runs right over top of Hazelwood, and they'll call a block. And Balgus will get to the line to shoot 2 as we watch the Chick-fil-A instant replay.
Hey, leave me wide open. Hazelwood dials it up from deep.
Yeah.
That
distance was so far away. I see that phone bill. How you like that one? Here we're pulling up a few stuff here toward the end of the game. I think even producer and director Butch Mounts like that one. 60-29. But, Eric, you give Beckley the credit, but I am very surprised that this is such a very good Princeton team. And I'm really surprised that Beckley up by 30 points here as Joyce dials up a 3 and shoots that a little strong with 13 seconds to go. So perhaps the final possession. So Princeton's season's going to end, and Beckley's going to have some momentum, Eric, going into that game Friday night against East. Beckley now will have won 7 of 8 as they'll take on East on Friday night. Here's into the lane. A little short shot is in and out, no good. Bunner put that shot up, and the game is over. Your final score. Beckley has defeated Princeton by 30 points. Greenbrier East has beaten Oak Hill by 30, so each team will enter Friday's sectional championship as 30-point winners. The final score, it is Beckley 60, Princeton 30. This is Region 3, Section 2, Class 4A girls action, and you've been watching it live on Video Productions as we take our first post-game break.
This one's for everyone who spends the amount of time it would take to watch a movie, agreeing on which movie to watch. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us. New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton. Or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us. New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
Still got nine and a half minutes to go, though. And we welcome you back to Beckley. The final score of this Class 4A Region 3 Section 2 girls game. The Lady Flying Eagles have eliminated Princeton by the score of 60-30. The first quarter was a battle, and Beckley led 10-8. But after that, Beckley really got it in high gear as they led 22-10 at the break, 51-18 at the end of 3, and they win the ball game by 30 points, 60-30. And your game recap brought to you by Giovanni's Pizza, Mamma Mia, being Italian, if you capisce, with two places to serve you, which is Leicester Square in Sophia and in Glendaniel, West Virginia, the fine folks of Giovanni's Pizza. We'll go ahead and take another post-game break. When we come back, Eric will give you team and individual totals as Beckley has eliminated Princeton 60-30 as you've been watching live streaming coverage of this Class 4A Region 3 Section 2 game here on Video Productions.
Welcome to Allstate. You already paid for car insurance. Why not take your home along for the ride? Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Call a local agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE for a quote today.
Massey Powersports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Powersports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Powersports. We power your work and your adventure.
Beckley Automall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Beckley Automall, with 3 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, 199 Rogers Street, Princeton, and 368 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Beckley Automall and West Virginia student athletes, a winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
And we welcome you back to Beckley as the Lady Flying Eagles defeat Princeton by the score of 60-30. With the victory, Beckley will advance to the Region 3 Section 2 title game Friday night. They'll take on Greenbrier East, as Greenbrier East has defeated Oak Hill tonight to eliminate them 71-41. So, Eric, it's kind of ironic that both Beckley and East both are 30-point winners tonight.
Yeah, and they matched each other, held serve, so to speak, because the eyeball test, if you're Beckley, you look at their score. Well, they're rolling. They won by 30, and Greenbrier East is saying, well, hey, they're playing their best basketball in Beckley by winning by 30. So it'll be a heavyweight tilt.
It will be, and the only game to gauge by is the one game they played in the regular season, which was played up at Greenbrier East, and Beckley won that game 55-50. And, Eric, that was the game that got Beckley really rolling, and now Beckley has won 7 of their last 8.
Yeah, Beckley was, let's just say it, they were playing terrible leading up to that point. Going to East, I guess it showed this young team, hey, they can play with anybody, and that kind of got the ball rolling, so to speak, no pun intended, got the offense going, and the defense has really been tremendous here in this stretch.
Well, you got the numbers of this 30-point victory for Beckley as they win at 60-30. You have team and individual totals.
Well, Maris, the numbers tell the story. You know, the numbers don't lie. For the game, Princeton was only able to get up 35 shots. They only made 7. They were 1 of 11 from the three-point line. Most of their points, they only made 3 field goals the whole second half. All of their points coming from the free throw line. And pretty much they were dominated by Beckley from the mid part of the first quarter on. And Beckley was led in scoring tonight by the 2 freshman girls. And I'm going to stop calling them that, but you just need to know these young ladies came to play tonight. Abby Dillon had 20 points, and Josie Cross had 10. So 2 players in double figures, and they shot the ball really well tonight. Beckley was 24 of 55 from the field. That's 43%. 9 of 17 from 3, and that's 53%. So anytime you can shoot 40% or better in a game, you have a great chance of winning.
And, you know, as good as all those offensive numbers were and are, Eric, I think it was still more impressive, Beckley's defense, to hold a very good team like Princeton to 30 points. And as you mentioned, the majority of their points really coming from the foul line. Princeton really struggled to score from the floor tonight.
Yeah, and I my hat's off to Sadie Bogus for Princeton. You know, the seniors going out, but she played hard the whole game. She led the way for them. She had 14 of their 30 points. So she pretty much almost half of her points, and she hung in there and played really well.
And if you're Coach Brian Neighbors, you really got to be pleased with the victory, obviously, as you're moving on. And, of course, you mentioned Abby Dillon with 20. You know, in Friday night's loss in overtime to Pikeview, she had 18. So Abby Dillon scores 38 in her last 2 games. And she was really dialing up. She shot the 3 ball with a lot of confidence. And that's the kind of confidence and the kind of play on both ends of the floor that Beckley will need if they're going to go up to Greenbrier East and beat East and win the sectional title.
Yeah, and I think the key to victory, as you stated, is how Abby and Creasy handled the pressure, because you know you're going to see a little pressure from the Greenbrier East defense. But I think they're up for the challenge. And, you know, on the road, you can't turn the ball. You don't need to turn the ball over, period. But you can't give a team like Greenbrier East extra possessions on Friday.
Well, that'll wrap it up from here. We want to thank our entire crew. We appreciate Butch Mounts producing and directing tonight's game. For my partner, Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry, repeating the final score in this Class 4A Region 3 Section 2 game. Beckley defeats Princeton 60-30. Beckley will take on Greenbrier East for the sectional title Friday night. For our entire staff here, good night, everybody.